Here are some examples of what constitutes racial discrimination in the workplace under the Equality Act 2010. Number one is direct discrimination. So this is when someone is being treated less favourably or differently because of their race, colour, nationality, ethnic or national origin. This could include decisions about recruitment, promotions, training or dismissal based on racial characteristics. Number two is indirect discrimination. So this is when a provision or criterion or practice is applied that puts individuals of a particular racial group at a disadvantage compared to others, and which cannot be objectively justified. For example, requiring a level of education or language proficiency that is not necessary for the job and disproportionately affects certain racial groups would be considered indirect discrimination. Number three is harassment. So this is unwanted conduct relating to race that violates an individual's dignity or creates an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating or offensive environment. This can include things like racial slurs, jokes, offensive comments or physical intimidation based on race. Number four is victimisation, and this is when someone is being treated unfairly because they have made or supported a complaint about racial discrimination or harassment in the workplace, or they are suspected of doing so. Examples of victimisation may include things like being passed over for promotions, being excluded from work projects, being blocked from promotions, being unfairly targeted or subject to disciplinary action, being ignored and ostracized by colleagues and people in your team, making your working environment really isolating and hostile. Or it can include things like being asked to perform tasks or responsibilities that are way outside of your job description or capabilities. When does it cross over into hate crime? Hate crimes may involve criminal offences or prejudice towards a particular racial group. So in the context of the workplace, if discrimination or harassment escalates to criminal behaviour such as assault, vandalism or threats based on race, then it may be considered as a hate crime. It is important to note that in the UK, hate crime are criminal offences and are or should be investigated and prosecuted by law enforcement agencies. Employers are also obliged to take action to prevent and address racial discrimination and harassment in the workplace under the Equality Act 2010. Employers who believe that they have experienced racial discrimination, harassment or a hate crime may seek resources through their employees' grievance process.